Alright, on my main channel I used to review all the shows in one video, and I did that. I reviewed it the last 2 years, I think. I'm doing it again this year, just now, right? This might be the shortest one yet. It might be quite a short video. If you want to know about Black Lightning, I've already reviewed it. I got a video called My Thoughts on Black Lightning and My Frustrations with the CW shows, with other CW shows. So I gave Black Lightning a positive review. I liked it, and I also talked about my frustrations with other shows. So basically, I feel like half the shows, they sacrifice the storyline and characters to push an agenda forward. And you can push an agenda, but you got to do it through the story. Otherwise, the story is going to suffer and the show is going to be bad. And I think they did that quite a bit too much with Supergirl and Batwoman, and sometimes with the Flash as well. I just don't like some of the things they did. Black Lightning, they do have certain agendas here and there. It's a lot about oppression, there's a lot about occupation, and there's a lot about race as well. But they did it through the story. Like, it's through the story, and it's so organic, and it worked for Black Lightning. Like, Black Lightning is how you actually do it. So that was my basic, that's the summary of what I thought in that video. So I thought I'd just say that now, so it saves me talking about it again. So Black Lightning, I liked it. Also, if you need to know about Crisis, I literally made a review video on each part. There are 5 parts to the Crisis crossover. I made a fourth video on all 5 parts. So, I mean, yeah, no, wait. 1, 2, 3 and finale. So I think I did 4 and 5 in the finale. Either way, I did 4 videos on Crisis. I also reviewed the first episode of last season of Arrow and the Arrow finale. My thoughts on Arrow, I was disappointed. I was disappointed because it wasn't really Arrow. The first 8 episodes were just setting up Crisis. And then the 9th episode was just, what was that? What happened in the 9th episode? Was that the Crisis one? I think it was the Crisis one. And then episode 10 was the Canaries, setting up a new show, a spin-off show, and for the future. So, and then there was a funeral episode as well. Aside from one episode, the whole season was setting up a crossover and setting up a future show. It wasn't Arrow. The final season should have been season 7, but apparently, like, what I heard is they were supposed to end on season 7, but they got offered money to do another season. I think even Stephen Amell said it in a podcast, I think. But it was meant to end in season 7. It would have made sense. I think Stephen Amell said that himself in a podcast. I need to re-watch that podcast first of all, and listen to it, rather. Or both. I'm pretty sure it's the video. But he said it himself. Like, he alluded to it himself. Like, it should have ended in season 7. Season 8 was just... It just wasn't Arrow, so I was disappointed because, like, this show started off amazingly with season 1 and 2, and it did drop a lot, but season 5 was great. It did come back a little bit. For it to just have a final season like that just was nothing about him. It was just setting up for something else a couple times. That made it disappointing for me. So Arrow for me this year is a thumbs down, and it's over now, and I'm sad to see it go, but 8 seasons is a good length. What is not a good length is the season episodes amount they do. Black Lightning gets us right because Black Lightning is like 13 episodes. That's perfect. The Flash, 23 episodes. Arrow, usually 23 episodes. Supergirl, 22. Batwoman was due to be 22 as well. Legends is like 16, 17. It's too much. If they made all these shows like 12 episodes, you'd have better CGI, you'd have a better story, because, like, there's too many filler episodes, there's too many storylines that drag way too much. But if you make it 12 episodes, you have more budget, you have better CGI than the bad CGI. It looks bad for the most part, like with a lot of the effects they do. It doesn't always look bad, but sometimes you can really notice it. You're just like, what is that? But the point is, 12 episodes, right? You'll have a better story, right? Better budget, better CGI, better everything. I'm sorry, but if you make these shows a lot shorter, they would really benefit. They would be so much better. I'm just saying. 23 episodes only worked for like 3 seasons of Arrow, seasons 1, 2, and 5. First 2 seasons of Flash, Supergirl season 3, and that's about it. Those are the only seasons for me that have been consistently good throughout the entire season. Aside from that, Legends was fine for season 1, to be fair, but yeah. Black Lightning, thumbs up. Arrow, thumbs down. As for the rest, The Flash. I think this year was better than the last couple years. I did like parts of it. The first half of the season, I think, was good. The thing is, the turning point for me was Crisis. Crisis was so disappointing, and it just wore me out so much. And after that, I'm just like, oh, there's more Flash, there's more Supergirl, there's more Batwoman. I don't need more right now. I need a break from all this. But I kept watching these shows, and even though I lost a bit of interest, I still watched it. And The Flash, for me, the quality sort of went down as it went on. I just think it dragged a bit too much. That's the thing, 22 episodes is too long. Plus, like, the mid-season is like so unbalanced. They do 9 episodes mid-season, and then there's like 13 episodes left. Just split it in half, or make it 12 episodes and do 6. No, don't do 6 and 6. Just do 12 in one go. What is it with ending on 9 and then having a 2-month break? Whatever. I'm not here to to argue that right now. But The Flash, for me, better than the recent seasons, but overall disappointed, to be honest. I like parts of it. Also, another thing I mentioned, I forgot to mention actually in my Black Lightning video, in a lot of the shows, right, they make it too much about the team. Like Arrow, the show is called Arrow, but by season 3, it was more about everyone else than Arrow. The same thing with The Flash as well. It's too much about Team Flash and Iris, and less about The Flash. Just like an Arrow, it's more about Felicity and Team Arrow rather than Arrow himself. The shows are called Arrow and The Flash. If you want team-ups, just make a team-up show. It's frustrating for me, to be honest. With Black Lightning, they do that as well, but with that show, it's different. You see, these are a family with powers. I mean, one of them doesn't have powers, but like, it's hard to explain it without watching it. But Black Lightning, right? The way they do it is good. Flash and Arrow, not so much. I'm just saying. Like, for Black Lightning, it makes sense why there's other people joining him, but I just don't like how it's not enough about The Flash. It's still about The Flash, but it's not enough. They focus too much on other characters rather than him. I want the show to be about him. That's why it's called The Flash. But yeah, season 6 was disappointing for me, to be honest. Right, so yeah, Supergirl. This show improved up to season 3. I think season 1 was not too good, but after that it really improved. And season 3 was great. Since then, I feel it's dropped a little. Season 5 I kind of got bored with, to be honest. Like, I had it in the background while editing. It was that like, I lost that much interest. I'm just like, okay, I put 2 headphones on. I was literally like this. Hang on, where's my other pair of headphones? I don't have it right now. But I'll just use my headset for gaming, right? Brilliant, fantastic. My headphones are tangled with something. Brilliant. My table's a mess, all right? What I do is, I do this, like Supergirl would be plugged in here in the left ear, right? I do this, right? I get this one, put it over, like this, right? And I'd edit while listening to Supergirl. I was that bored. I was that annoyed. Not annoyed, but I was that like, I was like this. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna edit some videos now, and this can just keep rolling. Okay, I can't be asked. I do this quite with a few shows actually, but yeah, that's what I was doing when watching Supergirl, and I still like paid attention to what was being told in my ear mainly. I was kind of like watching 2 things, but I didn't like Supergirl this season. Crisis heavily affected it. Obviously, after Crisis, Lex Luthor has a different sort of fate. I'm not gonna spoil things, but despite the storyline being interesting as a premise, the execution wasn't right for me. So I was not a fan of Supergirl this season. Batwoman. Now, when they announced this show, I was looking forward to it because it takes place in Gotham and it's a Batman connected character. They won't give us a Batman TV show, but this might be a good second choice. This might be a good B character to bring to the TV screen. And I was excited. I was just like, yeah, sure. Ruby Rose got announced. I'm just like, yeah, sure, why not? They announced sexuality as well. I'm just like, yeah, fine, that's good, fine. If you, as long as the story's good, I'm good. Right, I'm good with all that. And then the trailer came out, and I'm just like, what is this? It was absolute garbage, the trailer, and I was questioning myself, should I even watch this? And I gave it a chance. I actually gave it a chance. I usually give things a chance anyway. If it's Marvel or DC, I'll give it a chance at least. So this show for me is one of the most up and down shows ever. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And this is not episode by episode, this is in the episodes. It goes up and down and up and down. Some parts are just like, oh, this is good, I'm interested. Other parts I'm just like, really? Really? I was looking at some parts as if it was a trailer, other parts as if it was like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty good. The trailer really, what the trailer did was, it got all the worst parts of the show and put in the compilation. That's what the trailer was, because it does get better in the show. I semi-liked it. That's a weird sort of wording, and it's you semi-liked it, but I sort of liked it, but I sort of didn't like it at some points. But I wasn't entirely disappointed. But I felt it could have been better, that's for sure. I really felt that show could have been better. Having said that, look, I like the suits. I like some of the storylines. I like her arch enemy is essentially, I mean, I can't really spoil it, can I? But her main enemy in this season, who is another person that is close to her in some ways. I like the story arc of that. I'm just like, that is a good, compelling story arc. It even had Batman involved. There's a flashback of Batman. He's not actually there, but it's a flashback. Obviously, he was in the Crisis crossover. He was really worn out. He was really old. But I like the storyline behind that, and I do like some storylines in it, and some storylines not so much. It's so up and down for me. I'm just like, it's good, then it's not good, then it's good, then it's not good, then it's good, then it's not good. And that's just one episode. So yeah, I'm lukewarm. I guess I'm lukewarm. The thing is with like first seasons, they tend to like, aside from Flash and Arrow, they tend to like start light, less episodes, then increase it. This one went all out, and with season 1 just go 22 episodes, and they got cancelled as well, obviously, because of what's happening in the world right now. But yeah, I'm lukewarm on it. And finally, Legends of Tomorrow. Now this show was different. This show didn't start at the start. It started with Crisis and went on after that. I've never loved Legends. I love team-ups, but this one never really hit that well for me. But I did like when Wally was in it. Wally West, I think, was my best. Favorite season of Legends was when Wally West was part of the team. Like part of the main team. He was part of most of the season. I also like Constantine, who's a big part of this season, which is fine. Legends, but for me it was never really a great show. I like Sarah, I like Constantine. The others, you know, I don't dislike them. I'm just not like huge fans. I don't mind Mick, to be fair. You know, he's fine. I do miss what does Wentworth Miller's, what's his character name? Mr. Freeze. I miss Mr. Freeze. The show misses him, that's for sure. The thing about this show is, though, that the unique thing is not because they're a team, because like every show's a team show at the moment aside from Batwoman, but they are time travelers. They live on a ship that's a time traveling machine, and they've got to go through different parts of history to fix certain things or unfix certain things in order to keep the balance of the timeline. You know what I mean? So they're time travelers. They got to go back and forth to different parts of the past. It's mainly the past, but also the future and present as well. They got to go to different parts of time to try and fix things and to fix the timeline if it's broken. If it's not broken, then they got to like do certain things to prevent the timeline from being broken. So because of that, the show has range. So like sometimes every episode feels different, because at one point they're in medieval England, the next point they're fighting Nazis, the next point there's zombies everywhere, right? Obviously there's no zombies over history, but the point is they go to different parts of time and there's always something different. Like one episode I'm watching a high school, a frat party from a college, right? The next episode I'm seeing a zombie fight. I like that range. I like that sort of range for a show to be that different per episode and to still be one whole big story. I think it's pretty impressive. So I do like that. The show has range, but that's the main thing going for it for me. Aside from a few characters, I don't care enough about quite a few of the characters in this show, which is kind of annoying because I want to care, but with most characters I'm just like, if they die, they die. That's a bit harsh, to be honest. But yeah, I like some of the characters. As I said though, it doesn't hit for me as well as it should. I know other people like it for sure, but for me it's just like, it's alright. Obviously all of these seasons, not all of them, not Black Lightning and not Arrow, but the rest of them, they had to end a few episodes early. This Legends ended 1 episode early. I think the others like 3 episodes early because they couldn't film them. So what was meant to be the finale will be part of the next season, and they'll be back apparently in 2021. So I don't know how that's going to work. Hopefully that means less episodes, if they're going to get back onto their old calendar. I don't know, but I'm hoping they use this opportunity to make the season shorter, because honestly it will benefit, and they'll probably make more money as well. They'll probably get more viewers that way anyway if they improve the stories first. I honestly feel it would benefit CW as a whole to shorten their seasons. Like surely it's better for money as well. They'll probably make more of a profit. I don't know how TV show revenue works anyway, so I'm not going to comment on that. But that's all I got to say. I said this would be short, but it really wasn't, was it? But hope you took something from this video, and if you disagree with me and everything, that's fine. If you agree on everything, that's fine as well. If you agree and disagree on certain things, that's great. You know, we all have different perspectives. We all like certain things, we all dislike certain things. But if we all like the same things, then it would be very boring, wouldn't it? Very boring. So if you do disagree, then you can comment down below. You know, tell me your thoughts. Maybe not your thoughts on my thoughts. You can if you want. You can tell me if you disagreed with me. But you can also like say what you thought on each show, or just the shows that you watched. It's up to you really. Just say what you want in the comment section. So yeah, this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.